Will specters from Ian Rogers' past end up spelling death and destruction for Sam Wilson? Well, let's hop into the pages of Captain America Symbol of Truth issue number 9 and find out together, shall we? So, picking up directly from where the last issue left off, Cap and Nomad had met the leaders of the Mohandan rebel movement. Turns out they actually knew one of them, Nightshade, a former Captain America villain who is currently in the process of trying to turn her life around. The rebels are really up against it right now, and they're not going to be getting any more reinforcements or assistance from outside the nation, so it looks like Cap and Nomad are going to have to be doing a lot of heavy lifting, and doing it soon too, as White Wolf and the military just bombed a hospital. Why would they do that? What tactical advantage could it possibly gain them attacking their own citizens? Well, it's all for the purposes of trying to draw out Sam and Ian. You know, this actually reminds me, we haven't spent much time with White Wolf, the villain of this arc and the previous arc. This issue actually goes out of its way to try and change that. We see White Wolf conversing with his generals, and he even seems a little tore up about all the damage and destruction he must do to his own nation to try and take control of it. Again, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure last time we saw White Wolf in the pages of the Black Panther book, he was actually like a good dude who had undergone a lot of deep reflection himself, so I wonder what made him break bad all over again. Now back over with Cap and Nomad, they do everything in their power to try and save the people trapped within the hospital. It's actually an emotional little scene here where we get to see the horrors of war on full display and all the innocent people who get caught in the crossfire. Also, even though Cap and Nomad have kind of been at each other's throats since this newest arc began, it's actually really nice to see them put their differences aside long enough to help all of these people in need. They don't stop and tell you this either. It's visual storytelling, which is always good to see. Now, what was supposed to be just a simple rescue operation ends up taking on a whole other complex dimension when White Wolf ends up deploying his ace in the hole. It would seem that the would-be dictator's newest shock troopers aren't your simple Mohandan military. Oh no, he's deploying Frock soldiers. What are Frocks? Well, they're from Dimension Z, the very same place that Ian Rogers was born in and raised in. Last time we saw these guys, and it was a very long time ago, they were on Steve Rogers' side and were helping him overthrow Armin Zola to get Dimension Z back under their control. Obviously, we all know that White Wolf is a whiz with technology, but it seems that he's using that big bad science brain of his to actually break into other dimensions and recruit soldiers for his war. Sam very quickly concocts a plan to deal with this problem once him and his allies realize that there's a command station above them that's controlling the portals. First things first, Sam summons up an army of the local birds to distract all of his enemies. You know what, I would complain that he uses this trick once an arc, but it's such a good power, and no one ever expects to get their eyes, nose, and face pecked by birds. I'm willing to give it a pass. The Mohandan military, in an attempt to stop Sam dead, decides to launch a series of missiles at him, which he's able to get the better of by flying out of their range. It's actually a really awesome image too as they blow up all around him. Cap is able to take out the portal command center, which is good because it means that White Wolf won't be able to bring in any more shock troops to help his cause, but unfortunately they're still stuck with the Frocks they were already fighting. It looks like things can't exactly get much worse for Cap and Nomad, but as they often do in these superhero stories, there's yet another wrench that gets thrown into the spanners. You see, it's at that very moment Joaquin in his brand new Were-Falcon form makes the scene. For one reason or another, he's out for Sam's blood, and the blood of all his new friends, and know before you have to ask, the irony is not at all lost on Nightshade, the original architect of the whole Cap Wolf storyline. And so that was Symbol of Truth issue number 9, everybody, and once again, Tochi Onyebuchi and company turned in another really fun Captain America story. Once again, it's the little things that really make me appreciate this story and what they're doing here. I like that Nomad and Cap eventually get on the right page together, without needing to have a whole conversation about it, because deep down they're both good guys and both know what needs to be done. I'm also really loving all the deep cuts. If you're a fan of Captain America lore and history, you are eating really good in this book right now. First Nightshade, the return of Nomad, and now the return of the Frocks from Dimension Z, and the promise that there might even be more Dimension Z stuff to come. Just to really show my age, Dimension Z was the Captain America story that was going on around the time I started professionally covering comic books, so it'll always have a special place in my heart, even if it wasn't my favorite Captain America run. Overall, I feel comfortable giving this issue another very positive 8 out of 10. If you've been loving this arc, I think you're gonna keep on loving it. I know I am.
Hey there everyone, Cape Joel again, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you see, be sure to like, subscribe, comment. It really helps drive engagement and helps me out too. Also, if you are a patron, which you can become for as little as $1 a month, you will get exclusive content that no one else can ever see, and you'll get to see the Comic Multiverse podcast before anyone else too. You can check out all this and more down in the description. And until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.